Hi, friends. How are you? Good afternoon, good evening to you all in Jesus' name. I'm so glad to see you again. This evening, we're going to be making some garden egg light soup made from um, Ghana. This soup is actually from the Ghana country. And so I have cooked this soup before. I think just about maybe one or twice, but I want to cook it again. And I'm using a very big pot here. If you can take a look at my pot, I'm using a very big pot here. So let's give a start. I want to give and take, like maybe use really about maybe 15 minutes to 1 hour to quickly cook the soup. I want to make sure that the soup is big enough for the house to eat. And so let's get down and start with it. So we're just making an organic soup from the scratch. So let's start. Trying to position my camera. I have all my ingredients here. I believe you can see all my ingredients. I have all my ingredients set out that I want to use. The ones that I don't have, I'm going to be going around the kitchen to get whatever that I need. Well, basically, these are the things that I need for my light soup, and my spices will be coming in. So let's get down to her chicken and so her goat meat. We want to just start uh, cooking it. Thank you so much for joining me, and God bless you richly in Jesus' name. Amen. And so I have my chicken here. This chicken was actually inside the freezer. And so we're gonna put it in the pot. It was inside the freezer. I just had it, put it in the pot. I'm trying to adjust my camera so you can see me better. So we're just gonna be making something fast with our chicken. We want to cook our chicken. I think this is not chicken. This is actually called turkey. Remember the last time we made a turkey? Um we cut our turkey, seasoned it, we washed it, and we cooked it. In this one, I actually didn't cook it. I just washed it and just shared part of it and put it in the freezer. So this is the remaining one. So I'm going to be adding some of my goat meat and cow. This is my cow back, and this is called what do you call it? This is called a towel, a cow towel. So I'm going to be adding everything inside. I want everything to cook. I'm going to be on my gas. Then we're going to get all our spices into our pot. So I have my ginger here. This is ginger that has been blended, but I still have the fresh ginger. Ginger is very important. It's very important you add ginger into your soup. So I'm going to be adding a ginger. So I'm making a fast one here. I'm going to be adding a lot of ginger into my soup. I'm just trying to make a fast one because at 6 I have a Bible study to attend online. So just want to make everything very fast out of the way. I know I like kind of started too late. I'm just going to be cooking everything, and while this is cooking, then my Bible study uh, will also be going on at the same time. Then I'm going to add my pepper into it. I want everything to cook together. So my pepper, this is my pepper. I'm going to be cooking my pepper into it. I want everything cooked same out together. Probably I'm going to add just a little water inside. So I'm just gonna be, normally you're not supposed to add water, but because of the nature of this pot, I don't want the pot to start getting burnt. So just adding a little water to it. And I have some of my pepper. I'm gonna be adding it into my soup, into my meat. So everything is just gonna be cooking together. And I'm just gonna leave this and blend this and add it into the soup when the time reach. So this is my ginger. I don't have a garlic. I think I should have a garlic in the freezer, and this are my onion I'm gonna add in this. I don't even know what the name of this is, but the Ghanaians use this particular will I say a seed or whatever they call it. They use it to cook their light soup. They use it to cook their banga soup. They use it to cook their garden egg soup. So my garden egg soup is going to be so light. So that's what I'm going to be using. So let's set this aside and get our meat ready. So we're just doing a fast run thing here. Then my pepper is already washed. So I'm going to be adding my pepper into the meat, and everything will be cooking just right inside together. I'm going to be adding a lot of pepper inside because my family like pepper. So what I'm doing is that I'm adding the pepper on top of the um my meat so that when the pepper is well cooked, then I can take the pepper, all my pepper, my spices out and blend. I want my pepper to be cooked at least and bring out the scent, the raw scent. The reason why I'm cooking, I think this pepper is kind of too much. Let me reduce it. Let me reduce it. It should be enough. Now, if it's not enough, I can now decide to add some pepper into the soup the way it is. So I believe this should be kind of enough. I have some pepper already set aside. If it's not enough, we can always have some. So now I'm going to be adding my spices into the meat. I don't use too much of salt. So I love using my chicken naan. So I'm going to be adding my chicken naan into the soup I want to cook. I use my hand. I just use my desired. Like a lot of people will say, I take measurements and all that kind of stuff. I really don't do the measurement thing. Sometimes I can do measurements if it warrants me to do that. But as an African woman, we really don't do the measurement kind of thing, which is good, but at the same time, sometimes you use the measurements and you find out that, oh, the measurement is not really going well. It's not really your, the taste you want it to be. So I just added my Maggi into it. Then I love this so much. This kind of step down the seasoning. I'm just gonna be adding a little, just a little, not so much. It's gonna step down whatever seasoning I've added. So this should be okay. I'm gonna set it aside. So we are just making a fast, really, really fast meal this night. Gonna be getting some of my seasoning from my cupboard. So I'm adding everything together. So the food is like kind of almost, we're just like kind of setting everything. So this is my garlic, my dry garlic. So I'm gonna be adding my dry garlic into my pot too. And so everything will cook together, the meat, everything will cook together. So I've not showed you the garden egg I'm going to be using. So the garden egg is actually the main thing we are using in this our soup. The garden egg is a main thing, and the garden egg soup goes with either fufu, you know. Fufu is the main thing for the traditional Ghanaian men and women, especially I remember when I was there, let's say like I was there like 6 months. I spent six months in Ghana, and I won't lie to you, almost every night, I would say every night, you'll be hearing the pando, you know, the mortar pounding in almost every houses. From every house around four, you know, they've cut, you know, they use the raw cassava and yam or plantain, you know, they cut it and they cook it, and they bring the mortar, you know, to the center of their house, because their houses are like kind of the Ghanaian houses, you know, is like kind of the way they build their houses is like kind of a family kind of settlement. You know, each family like kind of have his own space, like kind of run. They build a house round, like kind of, if it's somebody that is kind of rich, have the money, they build their rooms, you know, their houses round. Then they always have a center, you know, and then, you know, the family comes and they play around the center, kind of a big yard, each family a big yard. Mm, that's cool. That's family, you know, setting. Okay, let's continue with what we are doing. I like using this my grill meat seasoning for my meat. I've been using this a while. I just use a little into meat, whatever meat I'm cooking. So I'm going to be covering this pot very soon so that the meat can cook. So the most important thing we want to do is the meat. Meat, when the meat is cooked, the soup is almost cooked. When the meat is cooked, the soup is almost what? Cooked. So then this is my dry ginger. I'm adding my dry ginger. So it's like I'm kind of adding about three kind of ginger. I have the dry ginger. I have the one that was already blended. That was blended. I'm still going to add the fresh one. Ginger is very powerful. The Ghanaians use ginger a lot in their soup. So I'm adding my cloves to it. Well, a lot of spices. And spices are, to be honest, spices are good for our body. Spices are very good. They're good for our body. So I'm adding my spice to it, and let's add a little bit of this lemon pepper. The lemon pepper is going to step down the, what's it called? Just a little. It's going to step down the smell of the chicken, especially the chicken or the turkey. So it's going to step the, you know, the smell down. Like maybe you make fish, you have to put, maybe use lime to wash your fish, or use what do you call it, apple cider to wash your fish, to take away the smell. You know, sometimes when you eat fish or meat, and if it's not well cooked, you almost want to throw up, right? Yes. So you always want to make sure that you wash your fish or your chicken very well. Yeah. And so I'm going to be getting my fufu out. And this fufu, I guess maybe my daughter might make it or something. Because to be honest, yeah, I am going to work. So I just want to make this soup out of the way so that they can just help themselves. And so this is the fufu. We have this fufu in Ghana. They pound it. I'm sure some places they have it, but yeah, we have it in this format. And so this is what I'm going to be doing on the microwave with the soup. So having said that, this is our garden egg we want to use. Excuse me, this is how they even spell the garden egg. I spelled it wrongly. I added an ing. Okay, whatever. So garden egg. Gardening egg. Garden eggs, egg plantain. Garden eggs, egg plantain. So this is what we're going to be using for our light soup. So right now we've added all the necessary ingredients that are needed for this soup. But one thing we've not added is our onion and our fresh ginger, which I'm going to do. Then I also have my dry fish. I have my dry fish here. This dry fish was given to me by one of my mothers, and thumbs up for her. This is real African dry fish. You should know this dry fish. This dry fish very expensive. So I'm just using only one of out of what she gave to me, and this one I bought this one myself. So I'm gonna be adding this one into the soup to give us, the African, flavor when you add dry fish into your soup. You know how it looks like, right? Smells good and tastes very good, yummy. So we're going to be adding this into our soup when everything is incorporated. So we're going to be covering our pot. We're going to be covering the pot. Well, when I finish covering my pot, then I'm going to get the ginger and the onion and blend everything into the soup. So right now we've already started cooking the soup, my friends. Soup is already being cooked. Started cooking the soup. I'm going to cover, get my cover, actually my fake cover, the original cover was broken. This is my beautiful, wonderful pot. The original cover of this my pot was broken. So we'll be using the sister's pot, cover to cover this this my pot, wonderful, beautiful pot that got broken. So you're gonna spread it out, leave it this way, and move down to the sink, and we will start with cleaning those things we have there. I'm gonna take those ginger back. So I'm gonna be doing the onion, get this onion and blend and add it into our meat. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So the way I'm looking at, I think I might be doing two things at the same time. I'm going to be listening to a message because today is Wednesday. I'm supposed to be listening to a message today. It's supposed to be in church today. I need to cook before I go to work, so I have to do whatever I need to do today. I'm going to be listening to a message. Probably bring my what is it called, my computer down here so I can be listening to the message. While my soup is going on, clean my ginger. I think I'm adding a lot of ginger into this soup, which is good. So I think we should let's tear this let's tear this meat because this pot is like kind of the silver type of pot. I don't really trust this pot that much. I don't want it to I don't want it to get burnt. So let's tear the pot. Let me get the camera closer so you can see. I'm going to be careful in my stirring. Can you see? I'm going to cover it now. So we'll go back to our sink and start cleaning her ginger. I just want to say thumbs up and high five for my kids. I would have finished cooking, but they were like kind of cleaning the kitchen, cleaning all the mess, taking trash out and mopping the floor and all that stuff. So I'm so grateful for giving me um, wonderful, godly children. And they can't wait to eat this food. They just can't wait. They're like, Mommy, you need to cook, you need to cook, you need to do something, you need to cook. So we are cooking now. This ginger is so tiny and so small. So the way I'm looking at it, I might not be able to take all the back out, but notwithstanding, the back is still good. Back is not that bad. Sometimes I blend the back, together with it. So I just want to see if I can take some of the back out. If you blend it very well, you're not going to see, the back. I just want to scrape it out a little bit. I'm just going to be blending it. I'm trying to cut it little piece so that the blender can be able to like kind of chop it very well without having any problem, without breaking the. Probably I'll just leave this and use this one. I think I should join. I have to join the service now. I'm gonna go get my computer. I'm not able to take all the back off. I'm gonna go get my computer and join my first time service. Why that is going on? Let me go get my computer. Jehovah turned my life around, made a change. Jehovah turned my life around. Made a change. Jehovah turned my life around. He made a change. Oh, Jehovah turned my life around. He made a change. Jehovah turned my life around. He made a change. So I'm going to be doing two things at the same time, listening to the message that will be coming up from my church, and also I'm going to be doing my cooking. Just got to do what I got to do. Got to do what I got to do. My spirit must be filled by the grace of God and the flesh too. So, after the computer is ready, I'm going to be getting into program. Our soup is not going to take too much time to cook. So this is it.